And we're back on another live show. You're with me, Olivia Higgins. Welcome to FinTech Month. And this is the second show that we have in place for you so that we can really equip ourselves with knowledge regarding the FinTech sector, but also looking for opportunities right now in the markets, especially during times of market uncertainty. Now, once again, remember, we're here for you to equip you with the right tools to make better investment decisions. And these shows have been put together, crafted especially for you so that we can be the bridge to the experts out there regarding any key analysis that you want to know about. Now, we've been tracking your questions and all the community topics. And so when we come up with these shows, it's really for the educational purpose, but at the same time, we listen to you and we figure out, okay, this is what you want to know about. So for show 2, we are exploring how we can go about building resilience in an age of uncertainty. Now, with inflation, geopolitical tensions, and other ongoing issues that we've covered repeatedly in our previous shows, a defining factor right now is really uncertainty. So, with crisis, you're always looking for where the next opportunity is. And so this time we're uncovering trading tools and instruments that you can use to complement your investment strategy so that you can build resilience to fight inflation on today's show. So welcoming our guests for today from moomoo Singapore, introducing Managing Director Gavin Chia and Senior Manager of Corporate and Institutional Sales, Yong Shern. Hi, gentlemen.
Hello, Olivia. Yes. Hi, Yong. Very happy
Hi,
to be
Olivia. Hi, Gavin.
Well, welcome to the show, and it's always great to have the both of you having a discussion with me, and I'm really looking forward to the analysis that you're about to give us, especially to the audience that have just come in, and we've got a lot of people coming in already asking their questions. So before we start, how about you gentlemen introduce yourselves?
Sure. Maybe if you don't mind, I'll just go ahead. Gavin here. I'm Managing Director of moomoo Financial Singapore. Very happy to be here. I'm very happy to, like what Olivia has shared, to share a little bit more. It can be from how do we fight inflation, or even the latest updates, or even, on the Q&A, I'll be very happy to take up any questions.
Great. And Yong Shern, I understand you're going to do some application for us and showing us a live demo of how they can learn any analysis from Gavin today. Is that right?
Yes, Olivia. Yes. Hi, everyone. I'm Yong Shern from the Corporate Institutional Department. So today I'm going to show you on how to use the app on certain products that can help you to navigate through this period of time, and also because it is my personal interest to explore the trading app whenever that I'm available. So in terms of functionality, feel free, if you have any questions, just give us a comment. Olivia would direct the questions to us, either myself or Gavin.
Yes, that's a good point. So for those of you who ask questions, I'll be picking the top questions that I'll be asking our experts today. But even more importantly, we're having some giveaways today. So if you really pay attention to what Yong Shern and Gavin will share later on, you'll be able to answer some of the questions, but you have to pay attention. And I will not share what the reward is, only when we get to the quiz question. All right. So Yong Shern, we'll be back with you shortly while I have a discussion with Gavin. See you later.
See you.
So Gavin, let's go into the topic. Let's dive right in.
Let's do it. Yeah.
Right. Resilience is such an important characteristic now, especially we're looking at markets. Now, what does resilience mean to you in the current market situation?
I got to say on many fronts. I got to say is maybe one of the first point I will look at is to minimize the risk. Generally, if you look at resilience, or maybe a little bit closest to the heart of everybody, will be the increase or the rate hikes. And I believe, especially in Singapore, everybody are looking at products that goes in line with interest rate. And of course, when we talk about interest rate, sometimes or many people will link it up to inflation. So when we talk about inflation, a little bit closer to our hearts would be, even you talk about just a plate of noodles, or even a piece of bread in terms of the price. Got to say, or even a few months ago, a few years ago, it has been like at X amount, and right now it's X plus Y amount, so it has gone up. So I got to say, if you look at the macroeconomic, it's a little bit different. I mean, as compared to 5, 10 years ago. And yeah, I got to say, very good topic. You are using the word resilient, and I believe that's how in the further sharing over here, from a company point of view or from a product point of view, and that's how we built it and to accompany all clients, regardless of retail, corporates. We surely have something, and we are constantly innovating to make sure things happen and things will be or things will be helping clients in terms of their investment journey.
Well, thanks for sharing that. And I think that's really important points you brought up there, especially about, the staples of everyday life. And also, talking about the housing market in Singapore, especially, it's always a balancing act, right? Trying to figure out how to best help people, especially for investors out there. So thank you for highlighting that. But I think going deep into the topic of today, and because it is FinTech Month with moomoo, I do want to try to highlight what really is fintech and how is moomoo Singapore, positioned within the industry of fintech?
Sure. I'm going to say it's a very good question over here. I mean, generally, when we talk about fintech, I mean, a lot of people are talking about what's the difference between fintech brokers as compared to maybe someone who has been here for 40 years, a more traditional brokers. I got to say, if you use the word, if you dissect the word fintech, I mean, of course, it means financial technology. And I got to say, in the market, as you go around, you will heard about things like fintech, redtech, souptech, and I'll leave it for everybody to go and find out a little bit more. But coming back to fintech, I got to say, for Futu, or rather even for the Futu as a whole, or even moomoo Financial Singapore, we embrace a lot of technology. I mean, when we talk about technology, the difficult part about technology is sometimes it's very difficult for, I mean, someone need to understand it so that to better explain it, because technology is not something like a piece of paper that you can touch. I mean, it's not like, your iPhone that you can actually hold on and try it on. But just coming back over here, I mean, I got to say, maybe I can cite a few examples. Let's talk about simple things as easy as account opening. I mean, I got to say, based on my past years' experience, one of the pain points in terms of account opening that from many clients is that, it takes time. I mean, when we talk about times, it can be anywhere from 5 working days to 7 working days for retail clients, or even months. I mean, we're talking about a good 3 months for a corporate account. I mean, or even an institutional account. But I got to say, on moomoo itself, we have linked up to, MyInfo, or something a bit closer to many people's heart will be known as SingPass. And you'll be surprised. I mean, the highest number of retail accounts that we open in a day in moomoo Financial Singapore is actually 2,500 accounts in a day. I got to say, it's a little bit unbelievable, because if you look at it's only by embracing technology, it's only by putting this technology, it's only by bringing this convenience to clients that, when clients start picking up, whether they do it on the desktop or doing through our link, doing through the handphone, it's so seamless. I'm talking about just 20 minutes, 30 minutes spent on account opening, depending on the individual. And thereafter, your account will be approved, anywhere from within a day to as fast as 15 minutes. So, this is where I got to say on technology. Maybe another example, so you're talking about withdrawing account, funding of account. We managed to put it to a point that clients will be able to fund, accounts if you use, DBS Bank. And right now we are working on to work with more banks to allow clients to use their different banks in Singapore to be able to fund their account. And interestingly, the funds that you put in, or someone who has funded, it will appear in the next 5-10 minutes. And I'm going to say these are all possible only when we embrace technology. We study in details. We study the pain point of clients. We study, the whole flow, the workflow of the IT process and everything, and work closely with all our internal colleagues. Many departments involved, many people involved, and I got to say we have a common passion is to bring technology to clients. I mean, I'm talking about anywhere, retail clients, corporate clients. Even for corporate clients, I got to say account opening can be as fast as anywhere from 3 weeks at most to a month. And this is where I got to say it's that's where we are able to bring that convenience. And of course, Olivia, I mean, what is in the past, we hope to bring more technology from a product point of view, from an educational point of view, from I got to say, we are constantly innovating, and we hope to evolve and to bring that convenience to all clients, regardless of age or even segments. Yeah.
Absolutely. Now, evolution is really a key characteristic of, successful track records of fintech companies, because, the barrier of entry and exit can be, quite volatile. There's so many companies and unicorn companies that are coming up and also, gone at the same time. So I think it's interesting that you brought that up. And also, I'm just curious to know about, the point about accessibility. Now, in the previous show that we had last week with Beansprout's founder, Gerald himself mentioned that fintech, one of the key characteristics is really about making lives easier, right? It's very seamless, and you don't even have to think about your own problems. It's already solved for you. So maybe this is a point where you can tell me more about, what is Moomoo Singapore doing in that fintech space, and maybe we can answer some questions towards the end about that. I understand you've prepared some visuals to share with us.
Yes, surely. I mean, Olivia, yes, I prepared some of the stuff, and so I'll just share the slides over. Am I, Olivia, I'll just do that?
Sure.
Sure. Just a moment. Just getting everything up. Yeah. Can you see it? I mean, Olivia?
Yeah, so we'll just have you, just cue the slides and we'll show the audience what you'd like to present for the movies.
So I had shared my slides. Will you all be able to see it right now? Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe we can talk about just that DNA component that you mentioned. And, I just want to know the story about it, because you are one of the best people to tell that. Here over a year, and, coming from the parent company Futu and Moomoo Singapore, I think some people in the audience would like to just know a bit of the background before we dive into the actual tools that they can help themselves with for resilience.
Sure. I mean, I got to say is apology on that. I mean, hopefully, let me just take a final look. I mean, I got to say is yeah, Olivia. I mean, trying to share a little bit more about, maybe I can say is the creations of Futu, or the starting of Futu itself. Yes, I mean, I got to say is if some clients had met us for dinner, or or I got to say is first of all is sometimes we will start talking about the creation of Futu. I mean, I got to say is it all credits to our founder Lee. I mean, he was actually the interesting part about our founder, I mean, Mr. Lee, was that he traded a lot in terms of Hong Kong stocks. And in terms of, he was in one of the good years. I mean, he was generating over Hong Kong $4 billion in terms of a trade value. And he has gave his broker over Hong Kong 5 billion worth in terms of commission in a year. I mean, just imagine, I mean, if you look into a Singapore context, things are, I mean, any clients who has given $1 million to the remiser here, I could say is, wow, I mean, it's totally fantastic. I mean, because from my years of experience, I seldom hear that. But you see, the most important thing was that thereafter the broker actually despite that 1 million Sing dollars worth of commission, he was given a box of mooncake, and with that itself, I gotta say is he actually start thinking about it's just trading so much. Is it just in exchange for just a box of mooncake? Can it be even more? Because from a UI point of view, I mean, when you talk about UI, we start to it means user interface in terms of market data. It's not live at all. So I got to say, our founder, Mr. Leafly, he was thinking, how can he make it even better? And given that he's the number 18 employee of Tencent, I got to say is in his mind, there's always innovative stuff, and I got to say that's how Futu was set up. I mean, which was sometime over in 2022. And I got to say, Futu in 2022 right now, I mean, it was set up in somewhere around 2012. And fast forward in 2022, Futu Holdings, we are in our 10th year. And, I got to say, there's a lot of, innovative technology. I mean, how we innovate over in Hong Kong and how we actually bring that experience and mix it in with the technology and or even the enhancement that we can find in Singapore and make it a make in Singapore version. So I mean, maybe just to share a little bit more, Futu as a whole, we runs on 2 different apps itself. One is known as the Futu Bu. In Mandarin, it's known as Futu Niu Niu, where Futu Niu Niu or Futu Bu serve the Greater China clients, whereas the Futu Moomoo serve the international clients. That means ex-Greater China. I mean, generally, I mean, I got to say the huge difference is, first of all, from a product point of view, yes, that will be more towards the Chinese. I mean, I got to say people in Hong Kong, the Greater China. But I got to say, in terms of contents, you'll be strongly focused more towards the Mandarin side. Whereas the moomoo side, I got to say, the focus, the contents will be more focused towards the English side. But I got to say, as a fintech broker, I mean, the convenience is always there because, from a language point of view, which I got to say is not going to have any barrier because whether you are on Futubu, Futu Niu Niu, or even Futu Moomoo, you can switch on your language from English to simplified Chinese or even to Fanti, which is the more sophisticated Mandarin. So there's 3 different language. So it's not going to hinder in terms of whether you actually download moomoo or actually the Futubu version. Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that. So maybe you could just tell me about, what it's doing in Singapore and the evolution point that you brought up at the beginning. And, how was that important and relevant to what we're discussing today about resilience in an age of uncertainty?
Yes, I mean, surely. I mean, first of all, I got to say is apology. I mean, it's raining heavily at the back, and there's constant lightning and thunder. So yes, I mean, I'll just speak a little bit louder so that it will be clearer. I mean, yes, I mean, just to answer what Olivia had shared, I got to say is for us itself, as compared to other brokerage itself. I got to say is we are more technology focused platform. We have innovations DNA. I mean, maybe I can share a bit more. From the slides, if you can see, I mean, I could say simple things like we are giving live market data for all the different exchanges, including US options in Singapore. I got to say this will be one of the critical pain points as compared to when I was in the traditional brokerage, where I got to say those were the times where market data was not live, and I mean that's where things are. I mean, with that itself, I got to say a lot of times where clients are trading, they were not so sure about how things are, especially on the pricing. How was it like? So I got to say, fast forward, especially for moomoo itself, we are constantly, giving out live market data. And with that live market data itself, we actually solve a lot of pain points of clients. And I got to say, the next thing would be what a lot of clients had shared was in terms of in terms of a social community. I mean, nowadays, interestingly, I mean, if you look at very similar to Reddit, what happened was in terms of we do have a very strong social community, and we are seeing clients that yeah, just a moment. So we are seeing clients that you know, in terms of sorry, just a moment. I just need to do a little bit of adjustment. Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, on our side, I mean, in terms of social community, I mean, I gotta say we have a huge pool of you know, very strong social community, and nowadays I gotta say trading are a little bit more. I gotta say it's interesting. I mean, maybe I have shared this in other seminars, but you know, I gotta say it's for my generations. I was always told by my dad is that if you earn money, share with everybody, but if you lose money in the stock market, don't tell anyone. But interestingly, I mean, I've been seeing a lot of you know, I got to say people who are much younger than me. I mean, I got to say they are very open. I mean, open in the sense that, you know, a lot of times on our moomoo community, they are sharing, you know, their performance. I mean, I was going through the moomoo apps, and one of the days I saw one of the clients was losing like 10%. And interestingly, I mean, when that 10% came in, I saw quite a number of clients that I got to say is I believe they don't really know each other, or they don't know each other, start coming into comments that they lose, one of them lost 8% and the others 12% and 15%. And thereafter, they were actually thinking of strategy to see how they can actually, you know, work together to take back their losses. So I got to say it's very interesting things. These are things that I had rarely seen. I mean, that's one part. And second part I've seen is that with this community itself, we see people coming in to help each other. Traditionally, if it does not know how to deposit money or withdraw money, a lot of time clients will call us. But interestingly, you will see clients helping new clients with these comments. I got to say, and that's where you know, in terms of consumer trading behavior, things has changed a lot. Yeah. So these are things I got to say is where we use technology. When we bring that technology, and I got to say is for the younger groups where they love technology, I got to say is you know, as compared to my days or you know, the older days, you know, when nowadays when we put in a very complex trading platform or a more sophisticated trading platform, I got to say is people who are like 18 to even 45, they love it. They love it because you know, it gives them that thrill, and at the same time, you know, with our you know, educational slides and clips, you know, it even make things even more interesting. And what's more, I understand some clients was excited, and there was kind of a suggestion to even create games on the apps itself, and which we had done a few times. And so I got to say, if you look at the whole thing that we are looking at, we are building a whole eco environment in terms of clients' investment journey. It's not so much on just buying and selling stock, but it's about knowing how, understanding, and also communicating. So these are critical things. And I got to say, it's only when you embrace the technology, you innovate, and you understand the pain point of clients, that's where you will break through new heights and new grounds. Yeah.
Well, thank you for sharing that, especially with the products and the entire ecosystem that you just highlighted. Now, what is the strategy then? You know, because back to the topic of today, it's about resilience, right? So how can, you know, whatever you just shared, how can that complement the existing users or even people just tuning in, new users who are coming into the show? Thank you so much for your questions. But really, how is moomoo Singapore going to complement, you know, the strategy of uncertain times, especially, you know, if we're looking for safety, credibility, and, you know, accessibility as part of a fintech component?
Yes, I got to say it's a great question over here. I mean, I got to say, first of all, moomoo Financial Singapore, you know, we are crossing to our second year. And I got to say, for the second year or even for the third year, we are looking forward to you know, more collaborations. And surely, I mean, maybe Olivia, I mean, we will be looking at even working more in depth with more fund houses. And you know, with the recent promotions, I mean, just cite an example over here. I mean, we had launched the MMF, and you know, we had a huge discussion. I mean, I got to say, sometime around last year about what is the economic situation on what is going to happen exactly this year. And we had onboarded MMF money market funds. And just to share a little bit more, I mean, for people who doesn't really know what is money market funds or MMF, was that these are funds that invest into very conservative products such as T-bills or even like bonds. I mean, government bonds. And I could say it's the product that they invested, will go in a correlationship in terms of the interest rate. And I got to say, when I was speaking to some of the clients, I mean, they love MMF on two notes. I mean, first note was actually they would be able to buy and sell. I got to say, take the money, buy in anytime, and they are still entitled for interest rate. And this is suitable for clients that wants to put in and just want to go off in the shortest time. That's one thing. Second thing was that some clients, I got to say, or rather most clients, they want to actually take opportunity in terms of the interest rate hikes. So, and of course, to counter against the inflations. And that's why this solved the 2 points. But I'm just trying to say, I mean, just taking this MMF over here is that, moomoo Financial Singapore, we will constantly innovate and, put ourselves into the shoes of all retail clients, corporate clients that understand their needs, their investment needs. And this is where I got to say is, we are constantly thinking hard, innovating. I mean, we are thinking of new products or even better products and, products that, we constantly, I mean, we are approached by many firms itself from fund houses or even, some of them may be, pointing towards different business. We are doing our best, and we are thinking about what is going to happen in the next few months. So I have to say is, to all the clients or to those people who are listening to this, stay tuned. I mean, download moomoo and stay tuned to what we have, and we will constantly update everyone very soon.
Thanks for sharing that, and I'm looking forward to what you have in store. Now, I love the weather right now, isn't it great? But really, it's really good for the topic of today, right?
Sure. Yes, I mean, yeah, I agree.
And uncertainty, and now we're talking about how we can get a safe haven, how we can look for shelter during such times like the weather outside right now. So going deeper into what you just discussed now, because we're already getting a lot of questions from the audience. They're trying to figure out what is in it for moomoo Singapore, for example. You provide all these educational tools, all these sophisticated instruments that can help people get access at their fingertips. They can do it anywhere, on the go, wherever, whenever it's possible. And what is in it for the company?
I got to say is, if you ask me what in it for the company, I mean, I got to say is, generally, I think, we are, I mean, we are constantly, here taking in very feedbacks. And I got to say is, for us, I got to say is, I will use the word constant innovations. And, we will constantly innovate and, evolve. And we want to be the platform that, wherever clients, wherever they think of trading, they will think of moomoo. Wherever they hopes to find, new information, especially on the investment side, they will think of moomoo. And wherever they hope to see the performance of any, I got to say, counters. It can be from mutual funds, equities, futures. They will think of moomoo. So I got to say, these are things that, as much as we are here for less than 2 years, we hopes and we want to be the platform, the chosen platform for all retail clients, corporate clients, or everyone in Singapore.
So how are you making lives better in that case? I know it's so easy to trade anywhere, anytime, but from just a more educational financial literacy standpoint, what is next for?
Sure. I mean, yeah, I got to say, first of all, I mean, we had launched in terms of our moomoo Learn. That will be more towards the investment side, where clients will be able to understand a bit more in depth, in terms from an investment point of view, and Of course, we also do have, given that the relaxation in terms of COVID-19 measures, we also have on offline activities like lunch and learn. Surely, I mean, we will be coming out to share a little bit more to meet clients to understand their pain points. And, as much as we are really focused on online and, what is so good, I mean, I got to say, it's always a happy thing. I'm always looking forward to meeting more clients offline. So, surely there'll be more offline seminars and coming up. I got to say, the next one will be more towards a paper trading competition. I mean, we have been hearing clients, they have constant concerns about, understanding our platform or even, the volatility in terms of how this whole environment, trading environment is right now. And I'm going to say, so we will be having paper trading competition. And the good thing is, the paper trading competition will be as real as what you see in the live market. It's just the only difference, of course, any losses, gains, there's no way that you can be taking more money or you will be losing money off your banks itself. So, of course, for us itself, constantly we will be thinking, how do we actually lower the barrier of investment? I mean, it doesn't have to be only from a commission point of view. I mean, it can be from, education point of view or even the reading the market. I mean, how do we actually lower the barrier and make things easier to understand? Regardless of all ages. And of course, what we had done was, how do we, I mean, I got to say is one of another thing that I can think of is how do we give back to community? And, I believe, I just attended this Make a Wish and we had this Make a Wish, we work with Make a Wish Foundation. I got to say is, how do we actually, give it back to the community? And, and these are things that we will constantly be doing. And I got to say is, we will do more. And of course, this will be more towards promoting financial literacy. And, for those who are saying, Gavin, I'm not so much into retail, but, I have a few companies or, I'm a family office. We also do have, IPO underwriting service. We work with many corporate finance companies. And, for many people that doesn't really know what exactly is employee stock ownership plans, drop us an email. I mean, share with us, if you look forward to having this, because we do have a very comprehensive platform. We call it ESOP, Employee Stocks Ownership Plans. With this platform itself, I got to say in Hong Kong, we are serving easily 400 to 500 companies. I got to say some of the size, I got to say in terms of market caps, is humongous. And I got to say is we have really shipped that technology and we have bought it in and bring it over to Singapore. And we look forward. We understand some of the bosses. I mean, when we met some of them, some of their pain points was they want to keep their best employees. And by doing that, rather than going manual, we do have a platform, a system that allows a company, the senior management, the head of HR to be able to manage in terms of whether they want to give options, stocks, to present some incentive to their top employees, so that it's a win-win on both sides. Especially all of us knows. I mean, in this pandemic times, especially in Singapore, I mean, the cost to employees living is always a huge loss to the company itself. And because these are programs that we are sharing with many bosses, and yes, I mean, hopefully we can update all very soon in terms of what is the latest updates on the companies that we had worked with, we had signed with. So yes, I mean, we hope to bring that news to everybody as soon as possible.
Yeah, I can't wait for that. And we're already getting a lot of questions asking about products in the future, the different markets that you're expanding to. So I'm just going to leave that towards the end when we have our live Q&A. But just to round up the fireside chat, the idea of credibility and safety, yeah, we're looking at where, could be a possible safe haven right now to ride out these times, or just, what other alternate tools can we look at or instruments that can help us? And I think people are constantly asking that, and they're always looking out for the next step. So from your insights, more of an outlook question, how can moomoo Singapore help with its credibility and safety tools to guide people in making better investment decisions?
I gotta say, we are doing a lot. I mean, whether from an educational point of view, or whether working with vendors that we felt that it can value add to what we are doing. I mean, generally we are actually piecing up that whole workflow and trying to deliver. I mean, I gotta say, we are also working closely with many banks. And from an investment bank point of view, private banks, local banks, I could say everybody have their own strengths, and we are bringing that all of them in, and from a credibility, from a trustworthy point of view, I mean, I got to say to us getting a clearing membership, I mean, something to share a little bit more. We managed to get the approval from SGX I got to say, in less than a year after our officially launch. I mean, this shows the trust that MES or even SGX has in us. And, this is something that we are proud of, but we are not going to stop here. We are going to build further trust, I mean, deeper trust. And we are going to, work with more banks to increase credibility, more firms to increase more products. So I got to say, it's overall, generally, many fronts. I mean, we are coming in from many fronts, and hopefully, I really hope that we can update everyone very soon, and and ride out these volatile times, and hopefully more things. I got to say, is, things will get even better in terms of for everybody in terms of their investment journey.
Thank you, Gavin, for sharing that. Now, just to round off before we go into the first giveaway for today, and also Yongshin's live demo application showcase, could I just get maybe one key takeaway from yourself or a summary point for our audience watching out there regarding, what is your advice, or what can they look out for the next few months going into 2023?
Sure. I mean, I got to say this will be just my personal view. I mean, surely, I mean, I got to say, all of us knows that just recently, I mean, there's this 75 basis point rate hike by Fed itself. Surely, I mean, there are news article out there, and interest rate will continue to. They are looking at. I mean, even Fed did share that there will be still increase in terms of interest rate, but it will not be as high as what is expected, like 75 basis point. So, I mean, surely, I mean, in the next 3-6 months, surely we are looking at interest rate to go up, or if not, it will stay as high as this level right now. So, I got to say now is a time for interest rate, but you see how you see interest rate is either you can go into products that that benefits interest rates hikes, meaning to say is that if interest rates start going up, the product will also start going up and paying a higher interest rate. So yes, I mean, these are some of the products. Of course, alternatively, I mean, for some of the clients who have traded stocks, we are seeing increase in terms of more and more people trading options. I got to say is the trend that I can explain is that I think a lot of them are using options as a hedging tools. It's not that easy to understand, but those clients who are into options will know that actually trading options on our moomoo platform is actually one of the ways, and I got to say is with our structures, with our technology, with our development of this whole options trading program. I mean, in moomoo itself, I got to say it actually benefited a lot of clients in Singapore. I got to say things are of course, me myself, I hope the world will be peaceful again. I mean, no more war. But of course, these are things that is beyond my control. But I really hope that things will. I mean, there'll be more world peace. But from a financial point of view, I will see that interest rate will continue to go up, or if not, it will in the short term will stay as high as what it is right now.
Thank you so much, Gavin, for the short discussion that we just had. I really enjoyed that. And thank you for sharing your insights, especially towards the end. Now, we've got some questions already for you, but we'll be back with you shortly because I will now go into the demo and then we'll have the Q&A. But before Gavin goes, for those watching, let's have a pause here because we're going to have our first giveaway. So as usual with moomoo Singapore, it's important for us to engage you, but also reward you because we have got so many partners, so many collaborators, and it's always important for us to give back to all of you that are constantly loyal and joining us on our shows. So before I go into the mechanics of the game, and of course, it's a very, very simple quiz question for the moomoo app users, we're going to tell you a little bit about the prize. All right, so for the giveaway for today, we're giving away VIP tickets for the Neo Art Fest that is upcoming in November. And here's the thing, each ticket is worth USD $1,800. So if you get this question right, you'll stand a chance to walk away with a ticket to the Neo Art Fest. Now, this is all about futurism and the future of art. And there are a lot of prominent faces at this fest. So this is something you want to check out. And I really hope that you will be getting this ticket. Now, I would like to start with the first question. But before I start, type in yes if you're ready to answer the first question. So here's how it works. Okay, we've got some excited people already. Here's how it works. I'm going to read out the question on the count of 3. And the person that types first, fastest fingers first, and you'll have to get it right, you'll walk away with a ticket, a VIP ticket to the fest. Are you ready? Okay, so the question is in 3, 2, 1, go. Which tab is the calendar function located in on the moomoo app? A, news, B, trade, C, watch list, or D, me? I'll repeat it once more. Which tab is the calendar located on in the moomoo app? A, news, B, trade, C, watch list, or D, me? Fastest fingers first. Okay, so many people. You guys are really quick. Very, very quick. All right, so the team is tracking on the winner. Amazing. Congratulations to the winner. You just won a VIP ticket. Thanks for participating. Now we're still giving away tickets throughout this entire live show, so stay till the end. Now, can I please invite Yong Shern back onto the floor, please?
Hi, Olivia. I'm
Hi,
back.
welcome back. Now, all of you have learned some insights from Gavin. Now, Yong Shern, tell us about what they can expect from your demo.
Okay, what can you expect? You'll be expecting, but tell me what I'm expecting from you. Maybe I'm expecting the attention from you because I think Olivia may have more questions for you on the platform. But yeah, please stay tuned. And if you want to follow me with your another device, please feel free to log in your moomoo app together with me because today is not a simple walkthrough, but I'll be showing you on what are the products to help you to tide through these uncertain days. What other products available on the platform? I believe you have heard from Gavin or you have heard from our colleagues if you met them during the roadshow or if you have contacted them on the customer service on the 24 hours customer service platform. But today I'm going to show you live demonstration. Okay, it's live.
I'm excited to see what you're about to show us. Now, very good point there about, hedging tools, right? And I want to see what you have for us in store, especially with the app, because there's so many things you can do with it. We would love to know what you think we should prioritize and how we can apply what we learned today. So the floor is yours, Yong Shern.
Thank you, Olivia. Please allow me to share the screen. Thank you. All right, maybe we'll give everyone maybe another 10 seconds to log into your moomoo app before I start. All right. So yes, today you're seeing my moomoo platform. This is the interface of my account. All right, of course, this is a watch list. These stocks over here are just for your reference only. Definitely not all of them not all of them will be shoot from this inflationary environment, uncertainty environments. But this is serve as a guide for you to see how can I position the app, how can I make customize the app based on my personal liking. Okay, so this is all you can see all your watch list on the moomoo platform. But of course, if you're a hardcore US trader or you like the US equities, you can always go to this filter and filter based on the US counters only. Same goes to Hong Kong, Singapore. Maybe you have a lot of REITs here and some banks, funds, and your personal portfolio as well. And what's even better is you can create your own watch list as well. Let's say you want to say have your Monday watch list or your Q1 watch list, inflation watch list. Everything is doable by clicking this, and you can create a group here. All right, so this is the watch list. Of course, this watch list will really help you to filter down a lot of things. Please stay tuned. I'll show you on how to utilize this watch list. Of course, when it comes to market, when you go to heat map, if your green is go up and red, if your setting is green is going up and red is going down, when you open the heat map, I believe this year you'll be seeing more reds than the greens. Of course, this is the market for today in Singapore market. This is a heat map. You can see US, Hong Kong, as well as other markets. It's pretty mixed today. So next is shareholding, because you have heard of probably recently you have heard of I think Berkshire, Warren Buffett is unloading some of the BYD stocks in Hong Kong. So yeah, you can go to, if you want to find out more about this, you can also go to see their current holdings for this Berkshire. This is all under the markets and explore. If you like to go for thematic investing, you can go to this trending topics. You have this metaverse and a lot of topics under it. Okay, let's zoom into Singapore market. So when it comes to Singapore market, as we know, Singapore market is also known for its REITs and also other equities. So under here, you can see IPOs. If there is a listing in Singapore market, you can click this button to subscribe. REITs, it filters down all the REITs available in the Singapore exchange, available on the moomoo platform as well. Warrants, DLC, daily leverage certificate, ETF. In terms of market overview, you can see at a glance like how many advances, how many decliners today, and you can see the market is quite mixed today. And in terms of sectors, you can see beverage and alcoholic as the top performer for today. And then when it goes to US, currently we are having pre-market open. So this is the pre-open market. Later I'll show you the pre-market open. And we have IPOs, options, pre and post-market, and also margin financing. So if you look at this, you see AMD, Alibaba, this is Alibaba US, you can see PayPal. The number here, this is the pre-market price, and the same display for the post-market in the morning if you are located in Singapore. And this is chart for you to view the price movement of the day at a glance. All right, same goes to Hong Kong. For the market tab, you have a Warren CBBC, ETF, brokers ranking, IPOs. All right, so some of you may be wondering what are the tools that we offer for this inflationary or these uncertainties. So for example, we go to Apple. So I think some of you have read about news of Apple that shipment will be hit due to the COVID lockdown in the Foxconn factory in China. But of course, I think aside from this, you'll be looking at options to think like whether should I hedge my position or whether should I buy some options to participate in a potential swing in the share price. So here, under this main counter, you can go to options and you can select either a call, a put option. And of course, you can go to analysis to view the open interest because some of the people, some of the investors, they use this volume by strike, open interest to also do some analysis on the potential movement of the underlying counter as well as its options. Of course, there's also unusual activities. We see there's a spike in the volume, spike in the price movement. These are also few indicators that people are looking at for when trading options. And then you can go for ranking. I think SPY, this S&P 500 ETF, also having its options expire tonight, Wednesday, so Friday. So these are the things you can find. It's very useful and a lot of things to be learned from here. If you want to learn more, maybe I can guide you later on how to learn about options, what are strategies, just for information that we have introduced cover call, and if you're selling put to get to get the delivery of the underlying, if it hits the price or in the become in the money, you can do so via our platform. Of course, we also just launched our short trader strategy, which means that we support reduced margin strategy for the leg that requires a lower margin requirement. For example, one leg require 10,000 USD of margin and the other requires 6,000. So the 6,000 margin requirement of the second leg will be waived. Okay, right now let's go to look at the individual option. Click trade, enter the quantity. If you want to check the margin requirement, click on this dollar icon. Click on sell. So initial margin, IM, is the place for you to locate the initial margin required. This is an indicative. It may fluctuate based on the market condition. So talking about options, how options helps for those who are doing cover call, for those who may be selling cash secured put. So what are the perks that you can get from these options? Well, of course, the first thing is you must comfortable with the counter and you must understand the counter before doing anything on this option. And for cover call, you'll be able to collect the premium, or some of the people, they might sell out of money call option. They call it the time value. So this is a way for them to generate some of the potential returns in the event that the share price stay within the range. Does not go above the strike price of the out of money call options. So these are the things that people try to generate some cash flow. But of course, other than that, options also serve as a hedging tool. Let's say you're holding a short position because you're super bear about market. Call options is a place for you to hedge in case of any unexpected U-turn or V-shaped recovery in the market. But same goes to who are still very bullish on the market, and you can use the put option to hedge against any potential recession. So that's about the options. Of course, we have a lot. This app is loaded with a lot of analysis too for your technical trading or for your investment. You can see you have a short interest, you have a company valuation, institutional holdings, and next you have the earnings about company latest results, revenue, the business model, the business revenue concentration, a lot more. I gotta say, it's a lot. To me, I'm using this platform for most of my research, for my personal investment analysis, because it has the most data that I need. I mean, based on the average person requirement, this is more than half already. Of course, we also have a summary in case you see a stranger or a name that you have not heard before. This is a place for you to understand the company a little bit more based on the industry, based on the concept, and also a brief introduction of the company and its shareholders. If you are moomoo community users, yes, this is a place for you to look at how other moomoo users are talking about this company. Are they bearish or are they bullish? And you can even create a poll here. All right, that's about our individual counter and options. So when it comes to trade, you're seeing a lot more functions over here. You're seeing securities account, Money Plus. So what is Money Plus? What is options? And we have a lot more functions. So for Money Plus is a place for you to invest in unit trust or funds products on our platform. So right now, do check the latest promotion on funds. So you have C Cash Plus. Cash Plus is basically what Gavin have shared earlier, MMF, money market fund. We have a USD and also Singapore dollar. This is a 7-day indicative yield. Of course, you want to subscribe, you can click the subscribe. What is RSP? RSP is a recurring saving plan. So you can click on it, like you can select like for example, I want to invest $100 for every month. So you can select either deduct from your DBS bank directly. So the system will do the job every month automatically. Or you can use our own universal account. And then you can select what is the frequency, like for example, monthly, second day of the month, third day of the month, up to you, depending on your personal cash flow. So by doing that, you will not forget to invest. And of course, this will be done by the system automatically based on the prescribed amount. Of course, we also do have other like equity funds, bond funds, balance funds. And you can see if you are looking at certain funds from a fund house, you can also select based on the funds house from here, from the list here. And then also we also have the rankings based on the returns, 1 month returns, 5 months, 1 year. Okay, that's a funds because during this uncertainty time, do-it-yourself portfolio may require a little bit more patience and effort. Why? Because if you want to outperform the market, doesn't mean that you have to be profitable. You just your loss is smaller than the indices, then you are actually outperforming the market. But a lot of people feel like they are not getting a lot of motivation because they do not know what to do during this during the uncertain time. So some of them may go into funds to look at the products which fits the trading team that which fits their investment team. Okay, and then news. So yes, this is the news. You can look at you can give me a second. My device has lost connection. Okay, so I briefly go through this because there's this is a watch list. So what is watch list? Watch list shows, just now I've mentioned that you can filter your news based on the watch list. So by having this watch list, you can just use your portfolio. You just want to read the news on your portfolio, that it can be viewed easily and very fast without any much noise. So you won't be seeing any other counters that is unrelated to your portfolio holdings or which are not the area that you're interested in. So of course, we have this moomoo community here. You can follow us moomoo Live. We'll be showing you a lot of earnings calls via our platform. Of course, this is the webinar that you are watching and a lot more. Here's the place to learn because just now I mentioned about you want to know more about options, you want to know more about funds, you can hit to this page and to view more information about the funds, about the option strategies that we have, and also some of the option strategies that could be useful during this period of time. And for those who are just a beginner, who are very interested in starting your investment, here you go, because we have a quick start guide for you to equip yourself with some basic knowledge. Okay, here's the place. This is me. You can have some coupons since you have seen some of the banners talking about the funds promotion. Yeah, this is a place for you to check out our promotions and view the TNCs over here via the Me tab and coupons. And then if you want to know more, you want to find out more, you want to contact us, do reach us at this Me customer service. You can reach us through the live chat. It's 24 hours, 7 days, or phone inquiries. You can call us and talk to us during the trading days. It's 24 hours during the trading days as well. So yeah, feel free to leave your questions here because I have a lot more to share with you. But just let me know what you want to see. I'm more than happy to let you know, or more than happy to share my screen again to guide you on how to do something on our platform. Thank you. Back to you, Olivia.
Thank you so much, Yong, Shern, for showing us how to apply what they just learned in terms of key insights that Gavin previously shared. Now, I'm just going to stop you here and just give the second giveaway for those audiences who just come into the live show, because this is really important that we make it interactive and reward you as well for being so loyal. We've got a huge fan base on our moomoo app, and we always love to share what we have with our community. So for the second giveaway, for those of you who just joined, it's actually VIP tickets to the Neo Art Fest. Each ticket is worth USD 1,800. So you'll have to answer this question correctly and fastest fingers first. All right, on my count of three. In 3, 2, 1, go. What are the products on moomoo app that can be used to hedge against uncertainties? A, options. B, level 2 live data, or C, news? So many people. What would you say is possibly the best hedging tool right now? All right, congratulations. We hope to see you at the Neo Art Fest, all about futurism, and we are part of that as well for VIP tickets. So stay tuned for the last giveaway towards the end. Okay, can I just invite the two gentlemen back onto the floor, please? Hi, Gavin. Hi, Yong, Shern. Welcome back.
Hi, everyone.
Hello, everyone. I'm back.
Welcome back. Now, we've got a huge range of questions right now, but I think for the first question, I'm going to just put it out to the floor, all right? It's about gamification. So we're talking about fintech. Someone would like to know about, just the entire industry of fintech, kind of gamifying tools and using that to attract more and more customers or users onto their platforms. Now, how is that, a risk for people that are trading often on all these apps, and how is moomoo Singapore a credible face against that?
Sure. Maybe Olivia, I'll just take that question, and feel free. I mean, Yongsen, if you have anything to add on, we'll be happy to do so. Maybe I'll just answer the questions from the back itself. How credible is actually moomoo Financial Singapore? I mean, we got our CMS license. I mean, from MAS on 1st of October 2020 itself, and I got to say is we are also listed over in NASDAQ, somewhere around in 2019. And globally, right now, we do have around 20 million users. I got to say is generally, I mean, or specifically, we are a trusted brand. And I got to say is, we are working closely with, SGX, MES, and we are working with many, bodies, or rather financial bodies over in Singapore, to enhance or even to develop new products, or even to come out with new events. We are constantly trying to do more, and we know that currently, I mean, in terms of things are a bit more volatile, but you see, I mean, I'm always taught volatility always give opportunities. And I mean, so that is the part in terms of how credible or how trustworthy we are as a company. But how about maybe I'll just answer in terms of Olivia on the other side of the questions is in terms of gamifications. I mean, when we talk about this, you'll see me smiling because my mom every time sharing me that don't play too much games. But I don't really listen to her, because that's why you'll see me wearing specs over here. Good thing about games, I'm going to say, so I will use the closest word, it can get very addictive. I mean, because, you know, regardless of whether it's on a handphone or whether computers, you know, you can get hooked to it. But I would say, in terms of how, you know, footfall or even, you know, when clients are switching on in terms of on the moomoo apps, we see this as our responsibility. You know, our games, I believe a lot of times will be more siding towards educational. I mean, clients will be playing games, you know, will be more towards understanding a bit more in the form of new products, new functions in the moomoo apps itself. So I got to say, sometimes, you know, when I see things or when I see many things, it can be two sides of the coins. But of course, it's just like, you know, taking any food, you know, which we could take in terms of moderate. I mean, not too much. You know, it's the same, it applies for gaming itself. I mean, you know, it will affect anything and everything if, you know, there's too much focus in terms of gaming in the apps itself. But what we are trying to do is we are trying to make informations easier to understand. I mean, you know, it's the same as right now, you know, if you give you know, kids you know, iPad where there's educational apps, or getting them to read textbook or, you know, assessment book. You know, of course, I mean, that would be easier to digest in terms of from an iPad point of view. But too much of that, you know, too much of anything, it will not be good. So hopefully, Olivia, I mean, answer your questions, I mean, on both front itself.
Yeah, I mean, that's an important point that you brought up. You know, it's about that balancing act that we covered when we contextualized it at the beginning. But, you know, it is a key characteristic, I would say, going forward. You've got, you know, all these big industries in esports and gaming just becoming more and more seamless in our lives. And I do think there are strengths to that. But it's all about how you apply it, right? So I think, you know, whatever you just shared, thank you for sharing your insights in terms of, you know, macro analysis regarding that. Now, for the next question, will moomoo consider venturing into other capital markets in different countries, and will you expand to other EU or UK markets?
Sure. Maybe I will just also take that question itself. Yes, I mean, you know, we are constantly looking for expansion. I mean, but I gotta say, you know, I would rather keep it PNC right now. You know, we would prefer if you know, once we get the license, we will announce it at the soonest. So right now, surely we are looking at many other countries, but we are doing our own studies right now. So you know, yeah, I mean, we update everybody in at the soonest wherever we have any updates.
Thank you for that. And yeah, stay tuned for everyone out there. So for funds, you talked about money market funds, right? Especially the Fullerton and the CSOP one. So I am a big fan of Fullerton, but at the same time, I want to see if you are considering any launch of more money market funds. Yong?
Sure, I'll take that. Of course, when it comes to products or even some of the other funds products to moomoo ourselves, also to our clients, we look at things from the client's perspective. So whatever we do will be we'll see whether the funds is suitable to the group of our clients that we are serving. Of course, if it is suitable, it is beneficial, we will be open to onboard even more products that our clients need, because at the end of the day, this platform is built for the investors. And for investors, if we are able to offer what they want and what they are comfortable to invest in, why not?
Yes, maybe just to add on, I mean, to all fund houses, yes, we look forward to that. Anyone, you know, we see ourselves as you know, a distribution. One of the main roles is as a distribution platform. So yes, to all the fund houses, I mean, yes, we do welcome them, and you know, we will be open up to all good products, and you know, we want to share this to all clients itself.
Thanks for sharing, gentlemen. Now, next question is more on an instruments tools question. We're talking about gold rates and dividend stock prices being inversely correlated to interest rates. So right now, what are your thoughts and insights on buying them while interest rates are going up? Or do you think I should just wait for it to fall to reap the rewards? Yong, Shern?
So okay, I gotta say that gold is a product where the movement is not as simple as, even it's more complex than human character to me. But when it comes to interest rate, based on what we have read elsewhere, because interest rate generally will affect the US dollar strength when they're talking about US interest rate. Okay, correct me if I'm wrong, but for US interest rate, it affects the movement of US dollar. And how you look at the gold. If you're looking at the gold at the USD perspective, then of course the movement will be most of the time may be inverse. There's an inverse correlation between the US dollar and the gold, but assuming all the fundamental is still the same, and only the changes is only the FX, because the USD is the one that pricing the gold. So whatever you want to quantify the gold, when the dollar is strengthened, of course the gold price will drop.
Gavin, do you have anything to add to that?
Yes, I mean, I gotta say, I go in line with what Yong had shared. But I gotta say, to me, it's more important in terms of reading up. I mean, maybe I'll just take even a broader approach. No more products. I mean, I gotta say, market will get very volatile. I mean, we are reaching end of 2022. I mean, 2023. We are still looking at we are still studying how things are going to be like. But generally, understand more different asset classes, know their critical functions. And because these are informations and news that you can find easily over in our moomoo platform. And use them to value add. And I could say, if you're not very sure, or really not sure how things, or rather how the different assets behaves, feel free to use the paper trading. Gain confidence, and get ready for anything, because I gotta say is, I will leave it to analysts. I will leave it to the economists to give better advice. But for me myself, for clients out there, who is listening, I mean, I gotta say is understand the different functions of how products like options, stocks, even like funds, how they work. I mean, there's when we're talking about asset classes, there are so many different I mean, in terms of composition, in terms of products under them. So yeah, I mean, that's what I was that's what I will share from my own point of view then.
Thank you for sharing. Now, next question is about fees and app-related questions. So, of course, it's a popular question all the time. They're trying to relate it to market conditions. So, if it worsens in the future, how will the company maintain the low fees for users?
Yes, I mean, I gotta say, generally, we are making fees very attractive. I mean, surely we are, example, I mean, we waive the platform fee for a year for the US market, and together with the commission permanently for the US market. A year was because, as shared many times in this sharing session, is that we are always there with clients itself, and we knows that we want to be with them, and we want to be with everybody. And of course, trading that US market right now, we want to waive that period, so that if anyone's had done any trades, I could say is just paying the exchange fee over here. Another point over here is that we will constantly keep our rates very attractive. Very good reason is we are more than just a brokerage where clients come in and buy and sell stocks. You know, we are earning incomes from IPO deals. We are earning interest fee income from you know, many other different products itself. So if you look at Futu, or even you are looking at moomoo Financial Singapore, we are companies with many different sources of revenue, and we are more than just a brokerage itself. I mean, you can call us a, you know, a fintech brokerage. You can call us you know, a fintech brokerage where we can keep our costs low. You can call us as a, you know, a fintech brokerage with you know, a huge strength in terms of media awareness. I mean, you know, it will be in many different stream of revenue. And I could say, interestingly, we are in our 11 quarters in the money. I mean, if you look into you know, as a whole Futu company. So, you know, we are using our strength. I mean, we are using you know, our context to bring you know, more exciting events and products to all clients in Singapore.
Thank you, Gavin. Yong, do you have anything to add to that? Because I know you get these questions as well at the offline events.
As always, just gotta say that totally. I mean, I'm in line with Gavin as well. So just maybe also touch on a little bit on how this attractive commission rate can value add to your portfolio, because generally we are seeing that in 2020 or even 2021, you can see that there are a lot of in the forum, be it Reddit, be it moomoo community, you'll be seeing people all in this, all in that, diamond hand. But in the recent months, you'll be seeing a lot of people saying that DCA, dollar cost averaging, buy a little bit to test water. I mean, in the layman term, you see it in the community or even some of the forums. So how can we position ourselves in this kind of environment? Of course, it's through very attractive rate, even like a free commission in the US market, because generally a lot of people shy away from this DCA or shy away from investing a small amount during this period of time because no one can find the bottom, of course. So we use this period of time, we use this attractive promotion to value add to our clients' portfolio. They can buy in a very small amount, and the money and the fees that we are charging is very minimal, or in fact it can go up, can go to zero. So people are more comfortable to buy 10 shares today just to get a feeling how the market looks like. When the market maybe go down a little bit more, they top up another 5 shares, and then when the market turns, hopefully, and they can make money with a decent amount of shares in the portfolio with the average price that is also quite not that high, is towards the middle or towards the low end. So this is how we can value add to everyone's portfolio through this very attractive commission.
Thank
Yes,
you.
yeah, maybe just to add on, I mean, we are able to keep our costs low because you know, it's just like how we build resilience. I mean, we built a lot of technology and we streamline a lot of workflow. I mean, you'll be surprised that we are serving like high 6-digit clients in Singapore with a double-digit staff over here, low double-digit staff over here. And I got to say, this is only possible from a cost point of view, that we embrace a lot in terms of technology, and that's where, you know, we are able to bring in even a low fee to all clients itself. So this is just something that you know, I hope to share.
Thank you for that. Okay, so next question, last 2 questions for the both of you. Yeah, of course, we've got the CDP account question.
Sure.
So, of course. So, what are your thoughts on this? And is moomoo considering allowing moomoo users to eventually buy shares and their shares go directly into the CDP account?
Yes, you will see 2 of us knocking our head. Answer is sure. I mean, it's in the pipeline itself, and right now, currently, if everybody knows about, you know, we recently just got our license from SGT in terms of being a clearing member, and one of the 5 license was that we are a CDP member. I mean, a clearing member itself. Yes, it's in the pipeline, and you know, just you know, we are working closely with SGT. Just give us a little bit of time. I mean, we hope to bring the good news to every client in Singapore.
Yeah, I mean that's a good point. The time factor, you've only been here what, or just over a year, and you've already achieved all these milestones. So yeah, the audience, just stay tuned for more. Now, Yongshen, you look like you were about to say something.
Say something. Yes, I mean, CDP is another alternative way of when you are if you are investing in the Singapore share. Of course, to us, we also hope that investors we can look beyond look for the market that is on our local market for SGX trading, and also because we have seen that there's a trend. I think you have followed us closely based on our release that we are seeing a very huge interest among the Singapore local investors on the SGX traded products. So I think generally we are here to also bring more investors to trade in multiple products like support various markets. This is part of the plan that we have. Of course, streamlining integration with ECDP is something that we will definitely looking into and working on it. As you can see, I think Gavin has been working. You see, I think he always quote himself that you see my hair getting whiter. So yeah, just to quote him for this time, yeah, definitely the team, the IT team here, the management here, so myself on institutional side, outside, all of us are working tirelessly to bring everything based on your request. Yeah, that would benefits you.
This maybe just add on is we always hear clients. I mean, to us, regardless or not, we will always be down, in many offline events, and even on feedbacks itself, we will always bring it for discussion. So yes, stay tuned. I mean, like what Olivia has shared and what Yongsen has shared, that yes, my hair is getting whiter every day.
Wider each day.
Yes, sure.
What is in the pipeline, and potentially, what they can look forward to, because a bulk of the questions are really about, how fast you're going to expand, and, market questions about what are the plans. And I know everyone is excited for that, even myself. And so, yeah, we'll stay tuned for future live shows like this to find out more from our managing director and senior manager himself. So thank you for answering those questions. Now, to end off this entire live show, I always ask, what is that key takeaway, especially related to this topic? So gentlemen, whoever wants to go first, what would you say is your summary point and key takeaway for building resilience in times of uncertainty?
Okay, maybe this time I go first.
Sure.
Okay. Okay, so to me, is building resilience, you need a very resilient application. To stay resilient, I think myself or every one of you need to use this moomoo. Moomoo is a very resilient app, very customizable, and also very stable loaded with a lot of function that will benefit your long-term investment goals. So everyone, I hope everyone will have a profitable day and also be patient for your investment.
And what about yourself, Gavin?
Yes, I mean, maybe this has been something that just now I had discussed. Always read up more in terms of different assets. And yes, I mean, maybe I just got to borrow what Yongsen has shared, is that, we spend a lot of time, effort to build a Make in Singapore moomoo version itself. Is so rich in terms of, educational materials, trading informations where you have live. For clients who are keen on trading US, you can trade 16 hours, 16 hours a day. So live market data for all different exchanges. I gotta say is we have spent a lot of effort. We have we have went through a lot of consumer behaviors. I gotta say is yes, I mean, with all the reading ups, with all the discussion, I mean, I got to say, we will also hold more offline events, and to bring in the latest updates from a macro point of view, or even from a technical analysis, fundamental analysis point of view. And of course, what I'm trying to say is that, yeah, I mean, hopefully with all that, with all clients who are actually out there downloading moomoo apps, they can build a very resilient portfolio that can weather all storms, and we hope that things will get less volatile. Yes, I mean these are the things that I hope to share that.
Perfect. Thank you so much for sharing that. And gentlemen, it was a pleasure having you with us. Once again, Managing Director Gavin Chia and Senior Manager Yong. Thank you, gentlemen, for joining us today.
Yeah, thank you, Olivia. Yeah, thank you. Take care, everybody.
Forward
Thank
to
you.
the show together.
Yes, sure.
So to those watching, thanks for being a part of the discussion. It's so important for live shows like this for us to be the bridge to all these experts, especially for different industries. And right now, with markets really showing up with a lot of uncertainty and volatility, it is increasingly more important for you to tune in and to make sure that you empower yourself and educate yourself about making better financial decisions. Now, that leads me to my last giveaway for today. For those of you who don't know, we are always rewarding our viewers and our fan base with, key gifts that we have from our partners and our collaborators out there. So we've got a last VIP ticket to the Neo Art Fest, and you'll cover the future of art. We've got some prominent, famous faces that will be there at Marina Bay Sands. It's happening later on in November, and each ticket is worth USD 1,800. So for this question, we'll have one winner for this ticket, and I'll be there as well at the event. It's the Neo Art Fest happening at the Marina Bay Sands, and it's going to be an exciting one. So if you get this answer right, you will walk away with this VIP ticket. Now, are you ready for the last giveaway of the day? As usual, everyone is just super fast at typing. Type in yes, so that I know you're ready for this question. Okay, I hope you've been paying attention to the entire show. The last question in 3, 2, 1. What is the order type I should choose in order to exit my existing long positions at the price, which is lower than the current traded price? A, limit order. B, stop order. C, odd lot. Or D, market order. Again, fastest fingers first, and you've got to get it right. All right? I'll repeat it one more time. What is the order type I should choose in order to exit my existing long positions at a price which is lower than the current trade price? A, limit order. B, stop order. C, odd lot. Or D, market order. What is it? Perfect. We have a winner. Amazing. We'll see you at the festival. It's going to be really exciting, and I'm looking forward to it. Congratulations. The team will contact you separately. Okay, so for those of you watching, we've come to the end of the live show. Now, if you have any more questions, remember, we're here for you. I'm always here listening to the discussions online. There's so much going on right now, and every day it's always new news, right? So we're always tracking that, and we're looking out for what sort of experts we can always have on our other shows as well. So email us here if you have any more questions for Gavin or Yong, Shern, or anyone else in the team, and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. And also, in terms of topics, if you're looking out for a particular topic or industry expert from a particular company that you're looking for, do drop us an email as well, so that, because we're always paying attention to what we want to have further in store for you. Now, we've got more live shows coming up, and we've got other main shows as well. And I think for those of you who have watched our channels, we've got so much content out there. So if you want to keep up with the social channels, be sure to stay up to date by scanning this QR code so that the team can keep you really on the top of everything. And if you're interested in applying what you've learned today, especially what Yong shared, because there's so much more you can do with the application on the desktop, especially. So you can scan the QR code if you want to find out more, but really it's about guiding you. Yeah. So it's about us being here as part of the self-directed journey. And of course, in these live shows, it's about education and empowerment with financial literacy. And we really believe in that. So we're so happy that you're always with us. And we've got that loyal fan base growing every day. So as usual, stay tuned for more live shows like this. And remember, it's FinTech month. So for this entire month, we're going to have more shows, but you'll have to stay up to date and keep up with our social channels so that you can find out more. And so we can't wait to see you for the next show. As usual, it's a pleasure having you with us. We'll see you for the next one. Signing off, I'm Olivia Higgins. Bye.